try to get inside, you're on my own, no time for talking. Amelia, Amelia, how could you leave me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. They say that time is a healer. I don't believe what they say. I'm broken anyway. Ever since we parted, all this pain started. It's never ending. On all this emptiness. Each time I try to get inside, you're on my own, no time for talking. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. Don't tell me you love me when you're sorry. It's not enough. Ooh, no. Only this time I woke and broke and free. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, 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 Amelia. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Saturday, and a bit of a less exciting start to the live stream, but it's an oldie but a goodie, Amelia, and I dread to think how many years ago that particular video was, but it was a very long time ago, and tonight I am probably looking a lot older due to the fact that I've now had my birthday, all the fun is over, back to reality, but back to the live streams as always on a Saturday night. Hello to everyone in that live chat room. Let me get you guys up on screen, see who's in there tonight. We have, Liz, Ella, Chris, Tammy, Pam, Kevin, Anna, Bella, Judy P, and Karen, Julesy, Bella, Cindy, Carla, moderating, Irma, Deborah as well. Hello everyone, thank you for joining me tonight. And as Carla goes through there, big shout out to the moderators. We saw, I think, earlier, did I imagine it? But I think there's more than one moderator in there. Carla went through, but anyway, you'll see them going through. Their names are in blue, and it's always the case that when I expect there to be the moderator going through, sometimes I time it well and they go through the live chat room. Sometimes I don't, unfortunately, but yeah, you'll see the moderators in there. I maybe saw Neil a little bit earlier, maybe Susan and Dennis as well. And I can see Susan and Dennis coming through. Barbara might be in there as well. So yeah, hello everyone in that live chat room and to the moderators for doing such a great job in there during the live streams. So tonight I'm going to be talking a little bit about what I've been up to the last few days. I have been actually, I might be able to move this out of the way so you can see. Oh, that's not working very well. Oh, there we go. So we can now see on the wall there the Mugabe guitar that I have been playing around with, and I've made a video on that, or at least I'm going to be releasing a video on that tomorrow night. So yeah, look out for that one, because yeah, I'm going to be having a go on that, but also just having a bit of fun with it, because there's so much you can do with that particular guitar. But I mean, this is almost like one of those reveal things, so I'm putting that in front of the guitar so you can't really see it very well, but it will be hanging up in a different position, probably behind me, like there where the gem is at the moment, in the future, because that was just part of the contract. But I think it looks quite cool as well anyway, but it's part of the contract that I've got to have it in the back of my videos for 3 videos. That's what it was, but it'll probably just stay out there anyway, because I don't have a problem with having other people's guitars on my wall. It doesn't make any difference to me. So anyway, yes, that video will be coming out tomorrow night, so look out for it. We also have the vote for tonight's cover video. Let me mention that. I always forget to do that at the beginning of the live streams. And let me get the names of my patrons up on screen as well, because they make this all possible in the first place. And you know who you are. We'll wait for the scrolling text to start with, sponsored by the Wings of Pegasus patrons. And there it is. So huge shout out to these lovely people for making this all possible, the live streams, the analysis videos, the cover videos, everything that I do on the channel. So we have a likes goal for tonight as always, and that is set at 315. That's what we're going to be aiming for tonight. So if you can leave a thumbs up as you come through the door, that would be much appreciated. Let's get the likeometer up on screen, see where we are at. 186 likes so far. So definitely a good start, and definitely over halfway. That's all I'm going to say for the moment. I'm not going to try and work out how many we need. Maybe if we get 12 more likes, then I can work it out, because then it'll be 115. So tonight, yeah, we're going to be having a pick roulette as we normally do. I think we've got a few pictures to look at as well. And unfortunately, recently, so over the last 2 or 3 days, something like that, there was another hacking attempt type thing that has happened in the past, and it happened over on the Wings of Pegasus supporters page, and that was quite a while ago now, and then it all got rectified. But this hacking attempt was a little bit more of a serious one, because I mean, I get emails all the time from people or businesses saying, oh, you've won this and won that, and I never click on any of those. There are even emails that come through from potential sponsorship businesses, or at least they're pretending to be that, and obviously they take YouTubers and creators through the whole process and then ask for information and try and use that information to get into their YouTube account and take it over. So anyway, I don't click on any of those. Anything that I think is suspicious, I just won't click on it at all. So recently, I mean, all of those things, you can look at them and you can decide as to whether they look official or not. This is another interesting one. I've had emails that have come through from what looks like the official partnership creator person that is like your, I say liaison officer, it's not that, but it's the person that you talk to in YouTube, and they help you, if you've got a large channel, they help you with lots of different things, and mostly recently they just wanted me to put mid-roll ads on all of my videos, but I've since taken those off because I didn't really see the value in doing it from a viewing perspective. I don't think it really added anything, and in my opinion it wasn't really worth doing. So anyway, the person that's emailing me, it looks like it is coming from, you know, Google, and it looks like an official email, but the person who's writing the messages isn't putting in full stops and isn't even putting capital letters at the beginning of their paragraphs. So I'm not replying to them, but they're constantly, at least they sent me 3 emails saying, oh, I need to know if you want to continue with the partnership program on YouTube. But it's not being written in correct English. So I don't know whether YouTube are now employing people that can't speak or type English properly, because if this is official, that it is actually somebody from YouTube and Google who is reaching out to me saying, I'm your, partnership person, and, I need to be able to talk to you. If it is that, then it's really bad, because it looks like it's coming from, the name at google.com. And usually it's a really weird email that's obviously a scam. But this looks totally official, but the content of the email just looks really bad. Like it is a scam because somebody that doesn't really speak the language is trying to, get in contact with you and get you to send them an email back and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not emailing back, but it might get to the point where I have to email YouTube and ask them, is this an official person trying to actually genuinely get in contact with me? Because I have had these people change. Every few months you get a new person. They kind of rotate. And yeah, the old person I haven't heard from in a while. So it might be the case that this is official. It just looks like a scam, which will be, I don't know whether Google will have to start to maybe teach people how to type correctly and use correct grammar when they're emailing. But yeah, I'll have to chase that up. Anyway, I got a little bit sidetracked there. What I was saying about the hacking thing is that the hacking attempt that was made wasn't anything to do with an email or somebody saying that I'd won £2 million and all they needed my bank details for me to claim it. It was something that I got through my Microsoft Authentication app, which is something that I have. I can't remember what it's called. It's two-factor verification or something like that. So when I log into my email, if it's from a different computer, then I get a pop-up on my phone that then says approve or deny, and obviously I'm pressing approve if I'm on a different computer and I want to log in. But suddenly, out of nowhere, I was minding my own business and it popped up on my screen saying approve or deny. And I wasn't logging into my account. So somebody had taken my email address and was obviously trying to use a password to get in there for whatever reason, obviously hacking. And the Authenticator app was asking me to either approve or deny that login. Of course, I denied it and then changed my password. But unfortunately, that's the most serious hacking attempt I've had so far, because it meant that they just needed my phone to get in there. They had typed out my email address and were trying passwords. So yeah, that's a bit annoying, but that's why I have the two-factor authentication thing, so that people would literally need to have my phone, which I have in my pocket at all times, actually on the desk here. They need that in order to log in. So yeah, fingers crossed that won't happen again for a while, or it shows that the technology does work, that if you make sure that you have all of the verifications set up on your accounts, then even if somebody's trying to log in and they know the password for some reason, they will still need the phone in order to, verify that it is the right person logging in. So, yeah. A little bit of a scary one, but still all fine. And yeah, it all worked as it should do, which is good. So let's get the donations tab up on screen, because that's something that I usually put up there, and I know that there have been donations, so thank you guys for those. I will address those in a second, but you don't have to donate, as I always say. Just watching is great. Maybe leaving a thumbs up. Introduce yourself into the live chat room if this is your first live stream. Hello to you. And just, say hi in the live chat room. That's how we all start. And that's how I started, just saying hi. This is Phil from Wings of Pegasus. And everybody's usernames we kind of get used to in that live chat room. And yeah, it's just a great place to be. Thanks to those moderators in the live chat room, literally on every single live stream that we do on a Tuesday night and a Saturday night, 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time. So we will be having a pick roulette later on, by the way, but let me get into the donations that happened. And the first ones that I want to address happened right at the end of the last live stream. And Lauren donated £20 and said happy birthday. So thank you for that, Lauren. It's my birthday back on Wednesday, but Tuesday night 12 midnight, technically that's my birthday because we were in Wednesday when I was doing the Tuesday live stream. Anyway, this happened right at the end of the live stream. So thank you for that, Lauren. And Michelle donated £7.71 right at the end of the live stream. And again, that was on a Tuesday. And the message was, happy birthday and thanks for adding value to your followers' lives. So thank you for that, Michelle. And, oh yes, so my dad, I gave him a hint about wanting a cookie cake for my birthday because I don't know why I like cookie cake so much, but I do, and it's something that I used to have when I was younger, but then for some reason I must have had like a 20-year gap of not having it. But then I remembered about cookie cakes. So anyway, I got a cookie cake from my mum and dad, which is great, but they did help me eat it. And actually, it's already gone. So I was around at my parents' house, and there were at least 3, I think, occasions where either tea or coffee was had with the cookie cake. So yeah, we made a bit of a dent in it, which was good because now I have finished that cookie cake off. But then another cookie cake arrived. So people will know who was responsible for that, but thank you guys for the extra cookie cake, which I've now got to try and find space for as well. But thank you, for those donations that happened in the last live stream and for the cards and everything that came through as well. You know who you are. And Rosemary donated £76.83. Thank you for that, Rosemary. And the message was, wishing you the happiest of birthdays, Phil. So thank you for that. And that was on Thursday. So yeah, just a couple of days ago. But yeah, I did have a good birthday. It was just a relaxed one, really, just with family, and had some Chinese, which the Chinese, I mean, it's pretty good because they give you quite big portions, at least in the local place to me. So it meant that the Chinese actually lasted me 3 nights, which was great because it means I didn't have to make any food for the next 2 nights. And you just put it in the microwave, heat it up, and Bob's your auntie. So within just a few minutes, you're having your Chinese meal. So yeah, that was a bit of a treat that lasted for a few days. But thank you as well to Amy, who donated £5, and then Nicole has donated £8.40. So thank you for that, Nicole. And the message was, hello Phil, for these good moments of music with you, have a nice time, really friendly from France, kiss and cheers. So thank you for that, Nicole. And I know that there have been a couple of donations in that super chat window. Let me just quickly get into those because David donated £5. Thank you for that, David. And the message is, hi Phil, did you have drum lessons or are you self-taught? So thank you for that. And I haven't had lessons in anything. So yeah, guitar, I just kind of started listening to Jimi Hendrix when I was 11. And my dad played guitar, so he showed me the shapes for D, A, G, and then C. And then pretty much just left me to get on with it. So that wasn't much help for then listening to Jimi Hendrix. But yeah, I pretty much just enjoyed listening and trying to figure out notes on the guitar, and that's really how I started. And I think probably it was something that my dad could have probably shown me a lot on the guitar, but I think now with hindsight it's a lot better to actually learn yourself, or at least learn to try and figure out things that you're listening to on the guitar, so then you're tuning your ear while that's all happening. So you're starting to get an appreciation of pitch and what's higher and what's lower and where you need to go on the guitar in order to find particular notes. Because then later in life I found that to be a lot more useful than relying on having to read notes and all that kind of stuff. If you can just hear them and then play them, it cuts out a lot of time, and it means that you don't have to print off music. You can just listen to something and then just figure out what it is and just remember it. So that's how I did that. And as for drum lessons, I'm self-taught, but not taught very well, of course. I'm very much a guitarist who then learned to do other things after that, including singing. I still very much see myself as a guitarist first and everything else second. So my dad played a bit of drums when he was younger. So again, it's something that he plays, guitar, drums, keys, and he, playing guitar, plays bass as well. I think when you play guitar, you just naturally play bass, or at least play a bit of bass, especially if you're just doing full songs yourself. You'll need to be able to lay down some bass lines. So that's pretty much it. I'd say that my dad did some singing and does sing, but never kind of trained in singing, which is something that I wanted to try and do, was to sing my own songs, and I knew that I couldn't sing, so I had to learn to do it. So it's very much going through the process exactly the same way that I would do with playing the guitar, but now just trying to work at my vocal cords and get them to go to notes and try and find where the notes are and apply vibrato, all that kind of stuff. And I think a lot of people, probably if they've got the ability to hit notes naturally, they don't really train their voice. And I think it's something that I'm thankful for, that I did actually learn to sing, rather than being able to sing but then potentially never really understanding my voice or knowing what it can do and the different registers and how to balance airflow and balance your sound as to what you're going for, leaning into chest voice, applying rasp, which is something that we've spoken about in the last video. But all that kind of stuff, I think it was very useful for me to try and learn as much as I could about the voice. And again, that's just looking at YouTube. And back in the day, if I had wanted to learn to sing when I was a lot younger, there wouldn't have been YouTube, so it would have been a case of learning from books, which would have been difficult. And I remember that when I was maybe, I think, 27 or 28, I did have a VHS tape. Oh, those were the days. But I mean, I had a VHS tape, but then I also had a DVD. I mean, I had a VHS tape, I think, of Jimi Hendrix, it's probably Isle of Wight. And then I got that on DVD, and then I got another DVD that was Jim Gillette, singer for Nitro. And it was something like Metal Method or something, I forget. But anyway, that was an instructional DVD for singing, but I'm not sure really how good it was looking back now, because there wasn't too much information on that. It was just about trying to sing kind of heavy rock and hard rock, but there's no real explanation about rasp or chest voice or even head voice, falsetto, all that kind of stuff. It was just basically just try and sing loudly. But anyway, thank you for that, David. And Mike's donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Mike. The message is, what do you think of open mics? So, I mean, open mics are good, if that's what you want to go and do. I did it for a little while with Griff. We used to go to different open mics, just I think a couple of them or a few of them, and it wasn't too bad. Obviously, just performing cover songs, and I think for me personally, it's not the kind of artist that I am. It's probably good to go, and I mean, if you're not used to performing in front of people, it's probably good for that, just to get used to it. And it's something that it was fun, it was good to do, but it wasn't something that I was really wanting to do. I just kind of did it for a bit of fun, but I prefer to kind of be with a full band, and my songs aren't really acoustic songs. So when I'd go and play there, I'd just be doing obviously covers, and probably some of the songs that I've done covers of in videos, because then I don't have to kind of relearn the songs or anything. So I'm trying to remember what I've done. I know that I did Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi. That was one of them. I don't know how many songs I used to do, maybe 5 or 6 or 7. I don't know. You'd play for maybe half an hour, and then it'd be somebody else's turn, but I can't even remember the songs that I did. So there you go. It's been so long ago since I've done the open mic thing. But talking about open mics and playing acoustic, all that kind of stuff, the guitar that's hanging here, the Mugabe guitar that I'm going to be talking about tomorrow night, yeah, you've got to see that video because open mics and basically everything ever you can do with that guitar. So yeah, tune in tomorrow night. Again, 8 p.m. That's when I'm going to be releasing the video. And if I'm going to change that time, I'll let you guys know. But it is on track in order to get released at that time. So look out for that one tomorrow night. Right, let's get into that PayPal window again because there have been a few more donations in there. So thank you guys for these. It is Debbie who's donated £15. Thank you for that, Debbie. The message is, hi Phil, congrats on 297,000 subscribers. I'm on catch-up crew tonight, going to a Pat Benatar concert. Have a great live stream. Love you, Debbie. So thank you for that. And enjoy the concert. And those people who are watching in the future on Catch Up, hello. You can hit that thumbs up. It all really does help, even in the future, to help this channel to grow and for these live streams to get out there a little bit more. But thank you for that, Debbie. And for reminding me that, yes, we have gone up by another 1,000 subscribers. So now we're at 297,000, which is a crazy number, but thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up, subscribing, hitting that notification bell as well. I just shut everybody up by turning that off, but yeah, we'll keep on pushing forward. And make sure, yeah, if you are subscribed, that notification bell is clicked in order to get notified for all of the videos and the live streams and all that kind of stuff so that you never miss anything. And I just saw the likeometer click over to 300, which means we're looking for 15 more people in the live chat room to hit that thumbs up to hit our goal of 315 likes. If we do hit that target, we're going to be having a peak roulette next week. And I just saw up in the corner there that it said for the live stream guidelines, terms, that kind of stuff. You can find those in the description below. But as well as those, we can find a link to the merchandisespring.com. If you want to head over there, check out any of the merchandise, then you can do. And there might be a tray underneath this video that you can click on as well. That will take you through to the spring.com store where we've got the caps, the hoodies, the mugs, tumblers, all that kind of stuff. Head over there and you will be able to find it. Also, wingsofpegasus.com/merch. You'll be able to find Wings of Pegasus picks and earrings, necklaces, all that kind of stuff. That that Carla does over there. So that was Debbie putting me off because it still says on my screen, Deborah. Anyway, this is the thing, thinking about lots of things at the same time, but it's definitely Carla who does the merch over at wingsofpegasus.com/merch. Right, moving on. And I think Carla is saying in the live chat room, Auntie, ? Yeah, that's something that, because the expression is Bob's your uncle. But I say Bob's your auntie, and I don't know where that came from, but I think it was it must have been some comedy thing that I used to watch when I was younger, and it just stuck with me. So there you go. I say Bob's your auntie. Right, which I guess in today's world could be, because there's so many different ways of saying what you are. And yeah, when I was younger, it just used to be, let's not get into this discussion, it just used to be male or female, but now it's male, female, or other. And then, or I think the thing is, every time you fill in a new form, there's like more options that have been added. Male, female, other, rather not say. I think that's another one that I saw. So anyway, yeah, it is something that I used to say when I was a lot younger, Bob's your auntie, but I'm now up to date with everything that's going on. So you know, it now makes a little bit more sense, probably, or I don't know. People might just take that as a normal expression. So, but the expression, hopefully, people know is Bob's your uncle. Anyway, let's move on because we have had another donation in that PayPal window. It's Tammy who has donated £10. Thank you for that, Tammy. And Karen has donated £50. Thank you for that, Karen. The message is, here's a little bit more for your birthday, Phil. Thanks for all that you do for us. Hope you enjoyed your birthday. So, yes, I did enjoy my birthday. Thank you for that kind donation, Karen. And I mean, just while I was mentioning about the male, the female, the other thing, I saw on the internet that I think it was Seb Coe talking about the fact that transgender athletes can't perform or can't compete in the women's category in Olympics and things like that. And I mean, I have to say that as a sports scientist, that was my thing when I was younger, and studying at college and then university, sport and exercise science. I think that maybe there has to be a new category so that you have similar athletes competing with each other. But the problem is, as soon as you go through changes as a male when you're younger, you're unfortunately, especially later on in life, you're going to have a higher bone density, and it's just the angles of hips. The thinner your hips are, or the straighter your hips are, the more force you can apply to that limb, that leg, effectively. So, I mean, the reason I'm mentioning this is that even though you might then identify as female later on in life, your body can take more force than that of a female body that didn't go through, male puberty in teenage years. So it's not just a muscular thing, or the fact that, if somebody then changes and then takes things or drugs that limit hormones, so it takes their testosterone down. Even if you've got the same testosterone levels as a female, but you used to be male, your bone density and the angles, the amount of weight that your hips, your legs, your femurs, your tibs, your fibs in your legs, the amount of force that they can handle is going to be more than a genetic female. And that's nothing to do with muscles. That's just basic science and, biology. But biomechanics is what it really boils down to. That, you have an advantage because you can put force through a straight limb rather than one that has an offset of the hips where they're slightly wider. And I mean, if you're looking at this as, taking a practical example of this, imagine having a stick, and one stick that's perfectly straight, and you're now trying to push down on top of it in order to snap that stick. If you smacked your hand down on top of that, the stick will probably go through your hand. But if you now had a stick that was slightly curved, because the insertion point of the hips is slightly offset, if it's got a slight bend to it, you can now push down on that stick and the stick will bend. It takes a lot less pressure and then it will snap. So the stick that is straight has a massive advantage, and sticks don't have muscles. Like I said, it's just biomechanics. So a lot of people that argue about, they should be able to compete because they have the same hormonal level as biological females. Unfortunately, it goes a lot deeper than that. It's a literal biomechanical advantage that they can't do anything about. Athletes that want to compete as women that used to be men, they can't go and have surgery to offset the angle in their hips to match the angle of other female athletes. So I mean, it is complicated, and you've got the fact that your width of shoulders is wider as well. It's biomechanical. You can't really help the fact that now you can take more weight on your upper body because of these biomechanical differences to your hips as well. So it's an overall body advantage that you get being a guy. And unfortunately, that's something that you can't change. You can change your hormones and things, but you can't change that biomechanical advantage. So anyway, that is that. And I don't want to make it about politics and all that kind of stuff. This is just science and biomechanics. And when you're talking about top level athletes and the top level of competition, this is why athletes, and lots of athletes in the past, have taken steroids and drugs to try and get a tiny advantage so that they can win. And it only needs a tiny advantage. That's the difference between first and second, is a matter of milliseconds. So these biomechanical differences make a huge difference. So yeah, unfortunately, that's just biology. It's something that you can't change no matter what you're doing with hormones. It's never going to change angles. And yeah, angles make all the difference. But anyway, let's move on because there's been another donation, and it is Nora who has donated £50. Thank you for that, Nora, in the PayPal window. And the message is, happy belated birthday. Thanks for all you do and keep on. So yes, I will indeed, and thank you guys for watching, joining me on these live streams. And let's see where we're at with the vote for the cover video tonight. Don't Slow Down has 62% of the vote, and that was the song that I threw into the birthday live stream because a lot of people over on Patreon said, choose whatever you want to for the cover video because it's your birthday. And it was just something that I felt like listening to. And unfortunately, it didn't win on my birthday. But it looks like it might win tonight with 63% of the vote. We will see. Fingers crossed. So I can see Ro just went through saying, hey, Phil, what kind of Chinese food do you like? So what I had that lasted me 3 days was beef chow mein. So, I mean, it's kind of, I was going to say kind of greasy. It's really greasy, but it's nice. So that's what I had. Yeah, big portion of that. My parents like the sweet and sour pork, so I had just one bit of that, and it's with that sweet and sour dip, which is really nice. And what else did I have? The duck pancakes things. That's something that we've always had. Just, I think, since my first Chinese, just something that my parents had, and I've just, yeah, started to like that as well. Or not started, I just liked it when I was a kid. So that's another thing that I have. And what I tend to have, egg fried rice as well, and the spring rolls. And I tend to just have my beef chow mein, a little bit of rice, and then the duck pancake things. But yeah, if people offer me other things, this is the other thing, that everybody orders what they want personally, and you know, I think that, yeah, you just eat what you want, and then if people offer it up, if like my mum say, oh, do you want a spring roll? I'll say, oh yeah, I'll have one of those, please. But it's when somebody starts eating all of your stuff that you've ordered, like say for example, and I don't mind, you know, sharing, of course. But say, for example, I go to have my beef chow mein and then there's no beef chow mein left. I'd say, hang on, what's going on there? And it's my birthday, so I'd just be left with the rice and the duck. But maybe somebody eats all the duck. So anyway, thankfully, like I said, they were big portions, which was great because everybody had a bit of everything. And then there's enough left over for me to, yeah, take that beef chow mein and have it over the next few days. I don't think a lot of people in my family have beef chow mein. I think my mum has had the chicken one before, but yeah, it's just something that I like, which is fortunate that lots of other people don't have it, so then I get to make it last for so long. So anyway, thank you for that question, and I think it was Ro in that live chat room in there somewhere. But anyway, thank you for that. Right, we are now up to date with the PayPal donations, which is great. And I can see that we have hit our Pick Roulette likes goal and tonight's likes goal of 315. You can keep on hitting that thumbs up. If you do get a chance to do that, it'd be much appreciated. And if you're in the catch-up crew, you can do that in the future as well. So, 334, we'll keep on pushing forward with that. By the way, don't try to enter in for next week's Pick Roulette until after tonight's Pick Roulette. That's the way that it works, and I will tell you when that entry gate is open later on in the live stream, but you'll know because it'll be after the Pick Roulette and it'll be during the Fill Jam that we normally have to give you guys time to enter in for that. So yes, we will get into that a little bit later. As for the Fill Jams, I know that there's definitely one, maybe two from the original list that we haven't done yet, because I had a quick look through before the live stream and there was one that Joe said something about it being acoustic or something like that. So I might do that one, whichever one that is, and I might be able to use the Mugabe guitar for that because I still have the adapter on it because I've been making that video that I've released tomorrow night. I still have the adapter on it in order to plug it into my amplifier. But the great thing about that guitar is I wouldn't need that adapter, but I'll use that adapter later on maybe. So you can actually, that'll be a bit of an exclusive. You'll be able to see the guitar before the video comes out tomorrow. So yeah, that'll be good. I won't be able to say what all of the buttons do on it because I'll be saying about that tomorrow night. But yeah, it's really interesting is all I'm going to say for tomorrow night's video. You're going to have to watch it to see just what it can do. Anyway, thank you, Leah, who has donated $9.99 in that super chat window. That is a straight up donation. And Marianne has donated $4.99. So thank you for that. And the message is request from my musician friend, an analysis of Riviera Paradise by Stevie Ray Vaughan. He was just into a new phase before he died. God bless, from my friend Elliot. So thank you for that, and I will make a note of that request. And it kind of rings a bell in my head that maybe recently that has been requested because I have the list on my phone, and whenever there is one I grab the phone, put it on the list. It's a very long list, but I just remember doing that recently. So anyway, I can see Joe went through saying good plan. Hopefully that's for the Phil Jam that's going to be happening a little bit later on. So where are we at with the vote for tonight? 63% by the looks of things for Don't Slow Down. And it is 1:45 here in the morning already. So what we'll do is we'll bring that to a close. If it even registers. There we go. End poll. So let's see if that's going to go through. Right, yes, 62%. For Don't Slow Down, and Design for Life got 37%. So we are going to be jumping into a little bit of Mr. at least my version of Don't Slow Down. So we'll do that now. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll catch you guys after. Rock! there we have it. That was my version of Don't Slow Down by Mr. Mister. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And that's one of those songs that is a favourite of mine. I've mentioned before, it's on my workout playlist. Not that I've worked out recently with my arm problems, but yes, that's certainly one of those on there to get motivated. Obviously, it's the Mr. Mister version. I'm not listening to myself while I'm exercising. So, yes, Mr. Mister. One of those bands I can see actually in the live chat room. A lot of people maybe don't know about Mr. Mister, but definitely a band worth checking out, because I would class them more as melodic hard rock rather than just hard rock or anything kind of too heavy. For me, some people might say it's pop rock, but I think it's more melodic hard rock. Anyway, let's do away with the classifications. It's just good music and I like it. So right, let's get into the pictures before I forget. For tonight, let's get this up on screen so that I can find the pictures, because I have to go somewhere different in order to find these. And thank you, Laura, for linking me to them. Oh, we had this one from Jan that was sent in, and this was for my birthday, but it was right before we were about to start the live stream. So I didn't see it, unfortunately, until after the live stream on my birthday. So here it was. So happy birthday, Phil. There's some guy riding riding a Pegasus. So there you go. And yeah, I mean, that looks like one of those things that probably took quite a long time to put together on Photoshop, but thank you for piecing that together. That could almost be an album cover. So yeah, a huge thank you, Jan, for putting that together. And then we have Dawn as well, who has uploaded this, and thank you for uploading this one. And I believe Dawn was seeing or was going to watch Queensryche, so thank you for uploading this. It kind of looks like almost that there's been an explosion of ink. Obviously it's just the lights, but if you imagine that it was like an explosion of ink somewhere and this actually reminds me of being a kid, because when I was at school we used to use ink pens, which meant, and I'm sure, well, I hope that there's a few people out there that will remember this, where you had to change your ink. You have to have ink cartridges, and yeah, if you had an ink cartridge and then one of your mates smacked the middle of it, then of course you'd probably end up looking like you got this particular lighting, but you'd end up with that kind of look. But of course, it's just the lighting. Thank you, Dawn, for uploading this one. And again, Laura, for linking me to those pictures. So, I mean, those were the days. Ink pens. Wow. I mean, that's... you know, there were the old style desks where, you know, you lifted the desk up and you had all your books in the desk. And in the desk, it had like a little kind of indentation type thing, or it's been carved out, that you put your pen in, but then it had a little hole for the ink. If you were actually putting your pen in and, you know, having the proper old style ones, the one that I had came with the ink cartridges. So you unscrewed it and then you put it in and you popped it, and the little ball, you popped it, and then the ink went through to your pen. And I don't know why, but I can remember that once I'd finished the ink, I used to cut open, I don't know why, I used to cut open the cartridges to get the little ball out. So, I don't know whether I was putting a collection of, I mean, there were tiny little things. I think I probably just like to know what they actually looked like, because they were always inside, you know, and when you kind of finished, it rattled. So I couldn't resist finding out what it was inside. Anyway, I think they're pretty solid, those balls. So, yeah, back to my life, my childhood of writing with ink. This is the other thing. Unfortunately, I'm not a fast writer, so I will always say that exams when I was at school were just a test of how fast you could write, not the knowledge that you had in your head. Because somebody who knew exactly the same stuff, like when you're writing an essay, you can have two people that know exactly the same amount of information, but one of those people can't write it as fast as the other person. So in 2 hours, like some people, I'll look at them, they'll be handing in like 6 or 7 pages, and I'd have finished 2 pages because I can't write as quickly. So yeah, that's why I think all exams are a bit silly, and all exams are just really a test of short-term memory. Like, you just try and remember as much as you can 2 or 3 weeks before the exam, and then you get you get examined on it, and then you realise that now at this age in your life, all of the stuff that you tried to remember at school you don't know anymore. So yeah, I don't know whether it's a true, I don't know, representation of knowledge, overall knowledge, or whether it's just people that have a good short-term memory will be good at exams and other people won't be good at exams. Yeah, that's my excuse. Anyway, I think there should be a different way of doing it, a more fun way. There's got to be a different way that we can test knowledge in schools, but the system is so old and they keep doing it the same way that they're not going to change it. Anyway, don't get me started on music lessons. I didn't like music at school because of the way that it was taught. Yeah, I'd totally transform the way that music is taught, because I think with every lesson you want kids to enjoy it, and then if they do enjoy it, then they can decide whether they want to go down that route when they start to look at a profession, or, you know, at least they'll then have the option of, if they don't enjoy doing something, then they won't do it, but at least they've been given a good opportunity, rather than potentially turning them away from something that they might earn their living with or by, you know, later on in life. So yeah, it's just unfortunate for me, but I wouldn't say it's unfortunate because I've ended up here, which is great. But yeah, at school I didn't like music at all. Right, let's get into the pick roulette for tonight. And I haven't picked a top tip, so I'm looking into the live chat room while I'm going to be clicking on all of these buttons to see what we have. If anybody wants to be the top tip, let me know in the live chat room, and we'll jump into the pick roulette and I'll pick somebody out. But good luck, everyone. I'll see you in a second. Rock. So let's get the wheel up on screen, and there it is. If this is the, oh, hang on, Mike said I'd like to be the top pick. So and oh, now this is the problem, that Mike's username is UG, oh, it's gone through, but it's like UGGL I, oh, it's UGGLIGR. So so that's Mike, who's the top tip for tonight. And I'm gonna have to actually type out, and we'll know it when we see it, if it does indeed end on Mike for tonight. So anyway, yeah, if this is your first live stream, hello, but if this is your first pick roulette, then the darker segments are the t-shirts. If we land on one of those, then we have a t-shirt roulette. And I can see Carla says we have 2 wheels. So I tell you what, let me get rid of that wheel. So we're just going to disappear for a while I check that the 2 wheels that I have actually got the 2 ones that we need. Or maybe we're just doing a two spin on tonight's wheel. So maybe it's going to be a 2 spin on tonight's wheel. Let me bring this back. And yes, I did say that we would do this last week, because then we missed one out. So I'll spin it, and Carla, let me know. I mean, if there's another wheel that is there that I haven't got yet, then I have to go back to Facebook and make sure that I haven't got them. Or it's just going to be 2 spins of the same wheel. So let me know in the live chat room. But I'm going to spin this one, the first one for tonight. Like I said, t-shirts. We landed one of those. Then we have a t-shirt roulette. And let's give the wheel a spin, see who's going to win. We're going to be looking out for Mike's name, or UGGLIGR. So, oh, Carla's saying 2 wheels tonight. So I have to go over to the Facebook message and find that second wheel. Right, it is slowing down. Where are we going to end up? Almost going to be a t-shirt. It's not quite there. I don't think we're going to land on Mike, unfortunately. But we are going to have a winner. Is it going to be Key of Light? Maybe. Oh, it's Laurie who is the winner for tonight. It didn't quite make it to Key of Light. So congratulations to you. If you can let yourself be known to Carla in the live chat room, that would be fantastic, so that she can get everything that she needs from you in order to get that signed Wings of Pegasus pick sent off to you. Commiserations to everybody else, including Mike, UGGLIGR. The top tip record remains, unfortunately, not attained, or at least the record continues, a 100% losing record for myself at picking out the top tip. So let me get rid of that wheel again, because I have to, this is all, the screen capture is getting the pick roulette, but then I have to go over to Facebook in order to grab the other wheel. Right, we have a t-shirt wheel there. And I'm just scrolling up because I can't see the other wheel. So Carla keeps on saying 2 wheels in the live chat room, and I'm just going to spin the same wheel again because, yeah, I can't see the other wheel anywhere, even though Carla is telling me there's 2 wheels. And I'm assuming that by saying 2 wheels, you mean that there are 2 separate wheels and not just spin the same wheel twice. But I'm going to spin the same wheel twice because I couldn't see 2 wheels in the message that has been sent to me before the live stream. So let's get the wheel back up on screen. We're going to give it a spin and see who is going to win. So here we go. Spin. It didn't work with the first click, but here we go. And we are waiting. Oh, Carla said it's below. The only one that I can see below is the t-shirt wheel. So, yeah, unfortunately, I'm just spinning this one again. So, we are slowing down. I tell you what I can do is, before we land on anyone, I'm going to make sure that I grab the other wheel, because obviously the names are going to be a little bit different. Right, let me go to the message. Right, there's, I said thanks. The message under that is Saturday wheel 4/8. And then underneath that, it says t-shirt wheel. Hang on. So we've got, the second wheel doesn't have a Saturday wheel written underneath it. It's just, okay, I have to follow the link. Oh, hang on, that's a t-shirt wheel. So that's, the second link takes me to a t-shirt wheel. The first one, obviously I've clicked on for tonight. Let me just click on it again to make sure that's the one that I did click on. And right, I'm not sure whether this looks the same. Oh, okay, right, I think this one is different. So maybe through trial and error of just random clicking, I think I have found it. Yeah, unfortunately on the Facebook messages, they're kind of set out in a weird way so that it might be attached to one message, but it's actually another message. Anyway, here we have another wheel, which we're going to give a spin, and we're going to keep Mike as the top tip. So let's give this wheel a spin and see who's going to win for the second time. And this one does look different to the first one, and I can see that the first one said 415 or 15.4 and 4.884 of this one. So yeah, this is the different one. So we got there in the end, and we are slowing down. See where we're going to end up, and I think it's going to go past Ma maybe to Linda, or is it going to get as far as Carl? It is Linda who is the winner of the second pick roulette wheel for tonight. So congratulations to you, and again commiserations to everybody else, including Mike UGGLIGR, who isn't going away with anything tonight. I maintain that record of 0% winning. Right, yeah, Linda, if you can let yourself be known to Carla, that'd be great in the live chat room so that she can get everything that she needs from you in order to get that Wings of Pegasus signed pic sent off to you. So, yes, make sure that you tag Carla so that she can, see you in that live chat room. Just makes it a lot easier. So, I can see Carla says, winners must tag me immediately in capital letters. So, yes, make sure that you are quick off the mark. As I always say, you have to be in it to win it, which means you have to be in the live chat room when your name appears on the screen, and then let yourself be known to Carla in that live chat room. And make sure you are quick off the mark, because after this, especially when we have hit, in this case, the Pick Roulette Lights goal for next week, it means that we are going to be opening the entries for next week's Pick Roulette. So what we have to do now is type at Tammy Doolittle. I almost got it wrong, but this is the second time that it has now changed. So, or at least the second live stream from the changed tagging system. We go at Tammy Doolittle, I agree, exclamation mark, which is optional. And then we press enter. So, everybody can now tag Tammy in the live chat room in order to get your name on next week's Pick Roulette wheel. And make sure that you don't tag Carla anymore. It's now Tammy that we're going to be tagging to get your name on next week's Pick Roulette. And I can see that, yes, people are starting to tag Tammy. I can see going through, lots of people going through, which is great. So thank you guys for that. By the way, we just had a donation that came through on PayPal, so thank you for this. Bailey, who has donated £15.30. Thank you for that. And the message was happy birthday from Bailey Starr in Canada. So yeah, thank you for that, and thank you guys for all of the birthday wishes this week and the very kind donations as well. Yes, it's a big birthday, but still just a relaxed birthday. I don't really get too over the top. I'm not really one of these people that goes out and, hits the clubs or anything like that. I mean, I'm pretty much busy every night doing things, analysis videos, videos such as the one for tomorrow night, which takes a little bit longer to put together for the Mugabe guitar. So yeah, I'm very busy and just keeping on pushing forward. So let's jump into the Fill Jam. Okay, right. And I am probably going to have to grab the Mugabe guitar, because I will use this and try and get my seat in a correct position. So, yeah, make sure that you check out the video tomorrow night that I'm doing on this guitar. Right. Where are we? Over on Patreon. Okay. There was one of these that I looked at. Oh no, I used the mouse wheel. That was a bad idea because it just went. Oh, here we go. Something different. Bring down the steel string off the wall for this one. Right, let's click on that. There's going to be an advert, no doubt. So I'll mute that. And it's a 20-second advert, I think, something like that. So it leaves me a little bit of time to turn on the guitar, which we will need it to be on, and wow, there's another 20-second advert. So, I can, hopefully you guys can hear that. I can't hear anything. Oh, it's because I've muted it. That's probably why. Okay, right. Oh, I'm still not hearing anything. Okay, I can hear it. Right. Again, I think the levels might be a little bit dodgy, but we will see what happens. Okay, I'm still a little bit in tune, which is good. So let's give this a go, see what happens. maybe let me know in the live chat room, please. Oh, Barbara says, chair up, please. And maybe see I'll have to lift my leg up a little bit. So here we go. Breakdown here. Oh, we're about halfway through the backing track. Type at Tammy Doolittle, I agree, to get your name on next week's Pig Roulette wheel. We'll keep on going with this, see what happens. this is the end of the backing track. It looks like it's getting towards the end. And yes, it was. So there we have it. Anyway, by the way, that backing track was Nick Neblo, acoustic guitar backing track ballad in E minor jam. So yeah, if you guys want to jam along to that, that is the YouTube channel. And yes, Nick Neblo, Neblo. So yeah, I mean, that's a really cool one. We had a little bit of breakdown in there as well. I mean, this is the thing about playing acoustic guitar, and I mean, this is very much, you know, set up like an acoustic guitar. You have to be a lot more I don't know, because I'm so used to playing electric guitar, you have to be so much more diligent, you know, kind of hitting notes like that, and you know, you might get muted notes now and again. You have to put in more effort you kind of have to overpick when you skip from one string to the next to make sure that, yeah, you know, the technique is going to come through. But yeah, I think I probably need to play a little bit more lead on acoustic guitars. I mean, that's the thing that I don't really ever do, is playing lead on an acoustic guitar. It tends to always be, yeah, kind of rhythm work, finger style, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, yes, interesting one to take a look at tonight. And I am going to be talking about this guitar and showing you everything that it does tomorrow night at that video. So make sure that you tune in for that. But thank you guys for tuning into tonight's live stream. And I hope you guys can join me on Tuesday night as well. Midnight. Always the same time, Greenwich Mean Time, for the live streams on a Tuesday and a Saturday. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Huge shout out to the moderators in the live chat room for doing such a fantastic job. I can see Irma going through saying that's an acoustic. So yes, this is, I mean, it's designed to be an acoustic guitar. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about it tomorrow, so I won't get into it all now. But yeah, everything you need to know, I'll be able to tell you about this tomorrow night. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me, and have a great rest of the weekend. As I always say, try to stay as sane and as safe as possible in this crazy world in which we live in. And yes, have a great start to your week, hopefully next week as well. Look out for that video tomorrow night. Don't miss it. It's one of those that I think it's going to be interesting for anybody to watch, but especially if you know somebody who's looking for the kind of guitar that is like this, but there is no other guitar like this, which you'll find out about in tomorrow's video. So anyway, I'll stop blabbering on. Thank you for joining me tonight, guys. I will catch you guys at the next one. Rock!